Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is your girl, Lucia, aka the Bougie Babes, and welcome back to Real Talk Podcast, where we talk nothing but the real and spill nothing but more tea, okay? But we also gonna keep it cute, keep it civilized. All right, y'all. So, on today's topic, we are talking about when people say no. What do you think or what do you feel, right, when a person says no to you? Like, let's say, for instance, when you was hoping and praying for that job promotion, but then they turned you down. It was like, nah, not because you're not qualified for it, because I'm pretty sure you are, but because sometimes people see things in yourself that you really don't see within you. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people, let's keep it a buck, yo. A lot of people really do not want to see you win today. Like today's society, like this generation is toe up. It's really toe up, y'all. Like for real, for real. But I do want to share with you guys a story, right? Um, kind of sort of like it's like similar basically to the topic, when a person says no, not that they're literally saying out their mouth, oh no, you can't have this, oh no, not right now, or no, I don't think so, or maybe later, or whatever the case may be, right? So I'm gonna go right on ahead and tell you guys, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna go on ahead and tell you guys a little story, right? Maybe a story or two. I have two stories. Okay, so the first story, right, is when I was working at this nursing home, right here in the Bronx, not too far from my home. And I think, how long was I working for them? Maybe about as long as I've lived here. No, 4 years. I say like going on 4 years. Basically, I was working with the company. I worked as security receptionist at the time at a nursing home. Okay, I ain't gonna drop the names, but the name of the nursing home. But if you know, you know. So basically, I was working there for about like 3 to 4 years. And when I first had started working with the people, my crew, my security crew and stuff like that, it was around COVID. It was still like that, like I'll say like mid, but like the end of COVID, where we were all still wearing a mask. We were all still getting vaccinated. And I ain't never get vaccinated ever since COVID. Maybe I caught COVID like maybe once or twice. Of course, when I got to the job, we're working in a nursing home, but we were required to wear a mask, get our vaccination shots, if need be. um, so I would say like about after a year working there, at every job, we all have like this one manager or supervisor that we just can't, like, we can't stand. Sometimes you do gotta fake the funk for certain people, and I'm telling you, I did what I feel like I had to do to get where I feel like I needed to be, So she was my supervisor, and she was like one of the most meanest women I've ever met in my whole entire life. Well, at least mean to me. And it's just like I never really understood why people were just so freaking mean. Like, you don't even know me. I don't know you too well, but you give me attitude. I get the side eye, and whatever the case may be. Um, but yeah, she definitely gave me hell. Eventually, later on, I'll say maybe like within like half the second year that I've been there, we ended up getting cool. Okay, yeah, yeah, I know these fingers. Cool. So we ended up being cool, right? But it was only because, hold on, I want to get a little comfortable. Hold on. But it was only because, right, y'all? So it was this guy there that I ended up dating, of course, on the security team as well. And they were kind of cool. It was like they had like this mother and son vibe thing going on, or whatever the case may be. I thought it was cute until homegirl, who was my supervisor, started getting a little bit too possessive. It was given, and even not only myself, like even the people that I worked with was like, well, they messing around, they got something going on. I was like, girl, what? First of all, shorty married. great husband and whatever. You get what I'm saying? Shorty needs for nothing. I don't think what this 50-year-old woman or 40-something-year-old woman want to do. What he was what at that time, like 20 something, not even 30 years old yet. It was crazy. But yeah, so I'm like, everybody said what they said, whatever. I'm just like, all right, whatever. So not really paying it no mind. And um dang, what happened after that? Okay, so whatever. So anyway, so they had a cool bond or whatever, but when she saw that me and homeboy was getting close, and I mean close to be close, 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 y'all know what I mean when I say that. But she saw that and she was just like, oh no, like not my nene. And if you Hispanic, you know what nene means, like my son or whatever, some shit like that. So she's like, oh no, not my nene. Da, da. So it's just the side eyes. Um, it's the side eyes, the side conversations, and it even gotten as far as like, you know, how it is when a new girls or a new group of people, whatever, come to the job or whatever. Like she didn't want me dealing with him so bad to the point where like she even got us to like break up, and then low key under everything, she was just kind of like she ended up hooking him up with somebody. And when I tell you, for like the last 1.5 years after that, or 2 years after that, I was going through straight fucking hell. I think it was like a year and a half, whatever. Lost my shit. But long story short, right? Um, she was a supervisor. Her and her husband was basically on their way to go move, I think to Vermont or wherever it was. So I believe it was Vermont. But anyway, so basically her position was soon to be open. And I'm the type of person like I learn very quickly through observing people. Show me once, show me twice, I got it. But if I could watch you forever, I'm gonna watch you and I'm gonna pick something up. So imagine you sitting next to somebody for 3 years, working with this person, watching them do their job for 3 whole freaking years. You get what I'm saying? Knowing, the type of mindset that I have and the way that I pick up on things so fast, you would think, right? But it's like whether my ethic was top tier, you feel me, and people knew and she knew that I can do her job, it was a simple fact, you know, she made her decision and it was a no for me, right? Even though her and so many other people in that establishment knew that I can do it, you know, she just was like no. And it's not because, she tried to say, what did she say? She was like, I'm saying something about oh, it goes to the person who's been at the company and at the site for the longest. Which I get it, but we both knew that the person that she was trying to hand it to, which and they ended up getting it. The person that they handed the position to did not. When I tell you did not want that position, was not ready for that position, and she too, and we all knew this. So it was kind of like a smack in the face. She tried to make it seem like, oh, she don't want to give me the position because of the people I was hanging out with and da 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 da, and all of a sudden now she hear that I was talking shit about her, which is not true. But if I was, girl, you talk shit about everybody. So, but eventually, whatever, I didn't get it. The position was given, to someone else. The person who didn't want it got it anyway, and I ended up when they did get the position, I kind of, saw myself kind of stepping in to that position and not really realizing because because the person who got it really didn't want it. So they was kind of like, oh, sitting back and just letting me do their work. So I was like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'm not even the supervisor. So I'm not doing it for you. So I made a choice just not to do it, just let him have it. And it is what it is. And sometimes, you know what people say, how rejection also is your protection, but rejection could also be redirection to something greater, you know? And I've always felt like I was meant for something greater in life other than what, like the position that I had, whether it was at a job or my position in life with myself or with anybody. I've always knew that I was meant for something so much greater um, than what I was already doing, you know? So moving forward, later, I think that following year, I ended up, which is my fourth year, I ended up leaving sometime in November. Um, it took me about like 3 months because like today is not really that easy to like, excuse me, guys, to like really get a job in security. Like, excuse me, it's really not easy to try to like get a job in security if you don't have like a couple of other things under your belt. And at that time, all I did have was just my security license. So moving forward, it's been about 3 months. Within like the middle of the third month, which was January, because what it was November 5th, then December, January, like mid-January, yes, of this year. No, not this year, of last year, sorry. Was it last year? Yeah, mid-January of last year. Yeah. I ended up going on Indeed. I just been applying on Indeed and I've been applying every day, every day, every day, every day, all day, every day, right? I need a job, I need a job, I need a job. And at that time, I also too I got myself a little bit busy doing like, like getting back to my products and stuff like that, with her natural, which is coming back soon. I'm excited to tell you guys about that too, but I'll give you that and for another day. But yeah, so I ended up going on Indeed applying for a job. So somebody, hit me back, for a Zoom interview. I had to literally have two different interviews. One with the what is it, the I don't know if it's like supervisor or account manager or whatever, and then another interview that following week, like with the boss of the company, but one of the bosses of the company, right? I was like, well, what kind of job is this that I gotta have like two different interviews? Anyways, I had the second interview. I got the job. So now I'm at the job. I am one of those type of security guards. Like, you don't have to tell me to do my job. Like I said, show me once, show me twice, and I got it. And after that, you ain't got to worry about me. So I ended up working at Boys Prep Elementary in the Bronx, New York, too. Over there on 149th Street behind the McDonald's, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you ever saw me over there, give me a McGriddle, sausage McGriddle. That's what I like. But anyways, I'm no longer there. That's another story. But I ended up getting the job there. Working. I was the only girl on the team, and the crazy part is like the people who were there told me that people normally train. They send people there to train at that school, but people never stayed there. I ended up staying because they were, I guess, switching like one of the supervisors at another school. They really needed him there. He's a great, great, great guy. As a matter of fact, Gus, you already know. But yeah. So he ended up getting transferred. I ended up staying. I would say within the first. Let me see, because I started in February. Let's see, February, March, April, May. So in March, basically sometime in March, and this is like before my birthday, I ended up, I guess one of the supervisor at the time, he ended up leaving, for whatever reason, and they needed somebody to step up. So the next person in line was my boy, DJ. He always did his big one, did his damn thing, and then they needed somebody else, as far as like it's not assistant supervisor, but that's what I called it. But it was like the second in command. And me being there for only like less than 3 months, I didn't expect for me to, but I guess people loved me in there because of the way I work, my work ethic and stuff like that. Like, I'm not a lazy person. I do my job and then some. And I think the then some part sometimes became a little too much, I guess, but that's just who I am. I'm a good worker. You don't have to never worry about me. You get what I'm saying? And basically the second in command position was given to me after what, less than 3 months. I was very excited about that, very happy about that, but a lot of other people was not. Okay, so I'm like, okay, this might be my little chancy chance. You feel me? To go on ahead and maybe this is my chance to like move on up, in the security field and stuff like that, and whatever the case may be. So even then, later on, whatever, the end of the year, last year in June, whatever, boom. Then comes September, the beginning of the school year. We come back to the school. Everything's going great, blah, blah, blah. So the supervisor there at the time, which is my homie Gus, he ended up leaving. He got a better job. Kudos to my boy, for real, for real. He got a better job. So the supervisor slash lead position was open. And I've been there, even though I've been at the school for like a good year. Um, I guess the guy that was working with me, he's been with the company a little bit longer. So they was like trying to say, oh, give it to the person who's been with the company, da da da. So you always have these certain type of people in the workplace that you have men who despise women, who really don't like women, and you have women who freaking hate men, or for whatever their reasons are, right? Men who don't, I would say, men who don't really normally. My leg is starting to hurt. Men who don't normally like strong women. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I had an issue. I had issues like I just say like that year being there, it was a little bit more tough because they ended up bringing other people, like another school. We merged with another school, so they kind of took over, and it was just a lot. So long story short, I didn't. I even though like I did not end up getting that supervisor position at the other school as well. Even though I was definitely qualified for it at this point, qualified. I've been there. I know the school like the back of my hand. Like the people will tell you, and everybody loved me. Everywhere I go, people love me. It's either you're gonna love me or you're gonna hate me. But the people that loved me and respected me because I did my job and because I was good to everybody was majority of like the higher up people. You got some of the teachers, well, majority of the teachers, but everybody, all the higher ups, they all respected me. They all love me. Everywhere I go, it doesn't matter whether you like me or not. I'm gonna be loved in higher places, okay? So, and I guess a lot of people just don't like that or didn't like the fact that those type of people of power respected me so much. And they just looked at me like, oh, she's just a regular security guard, or what makes her so cool or so special that she has a relationship with the principal, assistant principal, the CEO, the COO, like everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. So because people saw me for who I was, an amazing person, it's just a whole lot of hating that was just going on, I guess, in that school or that place where I was working at and whatever. And I ended up not getting it. It was a tip for tat between like me, not even tip for tat. It was like a back and forth between, I guess, me and like another coworker who was going for the position as well. But it was like, I mean, I get it. You like making money, but you dead was already a supervisor at a whole nother security company working overnight. So it's like, let somebody else have that, bro. You get what I'm saying? And then I guess he thought he was going to get more money out of it, and he wasn't going to get that money. He wasn't going to get a higher pay than everybody else that what he really wanted. So he just ended up not going for the position, and they ended up changing his school, his site anyway. And I just stayed there. And even though they still didn't give me the lead supervisor position, every single guard that came in there that they wanted me to train and stuff like that looked at me like I was a supervisor, and that's who I was. Period. So even though it wasn't officially mine, I felt like because all of the things that I went through at my other job and trying to just really build myself, whatever, like that was my position here. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like me being in that position at the school, it was a greater experience for me, and it gave me a little bit more insight of like like life in general, you're not gonna all even though it's like you could put yourself out there and work as like so hard, as hard as you want, day by day. Not saying that it's not going to work out for you, but sometimes positions, when you want it, you don't get it. You'll be able to receive it when it's your time, or even if it's not that position or that one thing that you want, there's always going to be something so much better out there for you. I promise you. Take it from me. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who been in my position, been there, done that, went through it, experienced it time after time after time. And now, no, I do not work at the school anymore. I haven't been working there. I literally walked away from the job. Um, well, when did I? Literally the end of February this year, 2026. So this is like kind of recent for me because we'll be in May now. April, yeah, May. I walked away the end of February, and I said, "F it. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to continue to push myself. You know, put myself out there with my podcasting. Um, and do what I say that I really want to do." I was like, I don't want to go back to work. This is what I want to make money doing what I'm doing right now. I want to money doing something that I really love to do. You know what I'm saying? So my podcasting is one, and then like I said about my hair natural hair care business and stuff like that. Um, no, the website is not up. It's down. My Instagram page is back up. So I've been getting a lot of DMs of like, "Oh, you're back up. I see that you're back. Are you gonna start?" So yes, I'm gonna start creating my new products, and everything that I need is definitely coming, you guys. So I know it's a lot of people that rage over my hair oils, my hair care products. I'm now got body care products, lip care products, even products for men. So trust me, guys. Her Natural's about to be really lit. And that's really as far as I want to go. Like, I've already got a couple of DMs as well with people reaching out to me, doing some pop-up shops that I do have coming up soon. But I'm just all in the middle right now of like recreating all of my products and creating the new products and using them for myself and my friends and family to see how they like it. So I'm not gonna just put something out there for you guys to just use without me trying it first and see how it works and the benefits that I'm getting from it. Because if it works for me, I know it can work for you. Not all my products are for everybody. Everybody may like something different. So, Her Natural is definitely something different. But I may have to change the name from Her Natural. I'm not gonna give y'all the name because I know it's people watching this. And ever since I came up with the name Her Natural, I've just seen Her Natural everywhere. Everybody wants to name Her Natural, and we can't have that. So that's all for today, you guys. I feel like I just been sitting here chit chatting. This is a good conversation. I love talking to y'all. I feel like y'all literally my only friends because I don't have no more friends. Like everybody going, and it's okay. It's okay, but until next time, you guys, we're going to leave this here, okay? Much peace, love, and light to you all. It is your girl, Lucia, aka the Bougie Babes. Mwah. Until next time, you guys.